Hey everybody, welcome to Create and Sell Your First Passive Income Product Workshop. I'm really excited that you're here. My name's Angela Lee, and I help creative and multi-passionate entrepreneurs to focus and narrow down their passions and ideas in order to be decisive and create a clear business model and start creating multiple revenue streams with your passions. Creative income streams, and this is what this workshop is all about. And I'm super excited you're here. So please adjust your volume however you need to, because my microphone is a little bit, picks up every little noise. So if you hear any puppies barking or anything, you'll have to forgive me, because this thing picks up every little background noise, but it makes it way more clear. So it'll be worth it. So this is going to be really fun, because we're going to actually talk all about, there's going to be two portions to this workshop. We're going to talk about what you could create and sell to become your first passive income product. And then I'm going to go hands-on and actually create something with you and show you how to start somewhere. So it's going to be really fun. So let's begin. So who is this workshop for? Okay, so basically, not everybody wants to have a service-based business. Some people want to have a service-based business and they want to have products and programs and things that they can sell passively to create income, where they're not giving themselves out one-on-one constantly. And some people just feel like they aren't. Now, this isn't not necessarily true, but they feel like they aren't cut out to be doing one-on-one sessions or calls and providing those kinds of things specifically like coaches and consultants like to do. Or maybe you're a teacher and you have taught yoga for years, but you want to do video courses so people can do this from home without having to travel to your place of work where you do the yoga. So this is totally for teachers and coaches and consultants, infopreneurs, solopreneurs, anybody that wants to start creating revenue streams to coming in the background of whatever they're doing already. Or you're very new, you're just getting started online. You want to monetize your skills, your knowledge, your passions. You have multi-passions, and that is my specialty. I help people narrow down and focus on what they can start with before they start going crazy and starting a million different things and spreading themselves too thin. So you could be creative, multi-passionate, with struggling to focus and get your business off the ground and create a steady income. This is my specialty. I just love helping people get really, really focused and then decide on all the different facets of how we can expand their business model and how to make it look so it feels good to them. Because like I said, not everybody wants to do a one-on-one in-person service model. Typically, some people just feel safer being behind a computer. And as much as I'm super passionate about getting out there and doing video, not everybody can do it, can get themselves up to doing that. A lot of people can and work towards it, and that's amazing, because it's possible for everybody. But for those people who want to create side incomes on their behind the scenes, or you may have another job, you may work full-time or part-time and you want to create like a side hustle, this is totally going to be awesome for you. And it's also for people who are not into pushy sales tactics and methods. So you don't want to just spam your programs all over the internet and tell everybody about it. Like, you don't want to be that person that everywhere you meet them, they're always talking about their business and what they sell and trying to get you to try some of their products or whatever. And you always wonder, I wonder if they really are talking to me because they appreciate me as a friend, or they're trying to sell me something in the background. Oh, it's going to pop out. Like, we're not into that. We want to do things and create things for people that they already want. We don't want to push people into doing anything. And that's the beauty of creating and diversifying your income with different revenue streams, because you, with your marketing, you are going to draw in the people that already want what you have. And then from there, they're going to choose if what you have is right for them. So it's pretty awesome. So I'm totally excited. And I'm not going to fill this workshop with hours of going on about what I've done and fill it full of fluff and thing. We're really going to get down to the content and the juice of what's in this. And I'm going to be giving you ideas and real stuff that you can totally use, like today, because those are the workshops and things that I like to go to and watch. I don't want to sit here and hear about what everything that that person has done since they were 16 years old and where they are now, because we're all at different places. And I've had lots of different businesses that have been successful. Some I didn't work as hard at, which weren't successful, and some I worked really hard at, which were super successful. So this comes into play too. It depends on, are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to put the time in and create things now to reap the benefits in a little while? Or because you're not going to see necessarily piles of instant income. Sometimes with creating passive income, you have to get it, you got to have it created, you have to get it out there, and you actually have to market it. It doesn't market itself. So if that is something that interests you, then you are in the right place. So I'm really excited that you're here. Thank you so much for watching. And just a little thing before we really get into this is, if you'd like to join Creative Income Streams Facebook group, that is my Facebook group, and I'm going to be promoting and posting all sorts of neat things in there, and all sorts of free tools and resources and things like that that you can get for free by joining the Facebook group. So come on over and join us over there. All right, let's get into this. Okay, so before we can actually design and decide on creating a bunch of products, we need to really know what your business model is going to consist of. So this is where we really have to dig deep and just make a decision on how your business is going to look. Are you a service-based business? Are you a product-based business? Are you an infopreneur? What's your solopreneur business consist of? All that kind of thing. You need to really look at everything that you can do, want to do, love to do, put it all out on the table, and then we can look at it and decide what we're going to make and what we're going to create. Okay, so what will your business consist of? Do you want a business model, especially for new people in business? And this is also great if you want to, if you have been in online business for a while, but you're just not making any traction, or you're just not finding it what you thought it would be, or you're just not, maybe you're doing all the one-on-one constantly and you're feeling burnt out and drained, and you want to expand and create different passive products or non-passive products, whatever that may be. That you need to decide what your business is going to consist on before you can start creating different streams of income. So do you want to have passive products, or do you want to just do like one-on-one sessions and calls straight on with people? Maybe use Skype or Zoom or whatever program that is for you. Do you want to create programs and workshops? And I mean, when you're deciding on what your business is going to look like, this could be live programs or workshops. This could be like this program, this workshop, where you can watch at your own leisure and reap the benefits that way and go through things and sell something off the end of your workshop, or promote a product. Or maybe you want to do in-person workshops where you're actually teaching a class. So there's tons of different things that you can do. Like if you're in a big enough community, live workshops and trainings can be amazing as well. And you can also sell, if you have books and different programs and things like that, you can sell those live tangible items at these programs and workshops. So there's so many different facets of creating income. Okay, you can create books or tangible items or products. You can teach courses and classes. You can have online membership communities. You can also, maybe your business will consist of investing in different things, affiliate sales. Maybe you want to use your blog to make money. You can do printed books, activity books, and they don't all have to be printed books. Like they can be Kindle books, downloadable books. You can have workbooks and PDFs, which is one of the big, easiest things to get started with, and one we're going to really focus heavily on today. And it's going to get really exciting because we're going to do a live demo shortly. So stay tuned. Social media, packages, graphics, designs, and freelancing. Now these aren't passive, but they can be if you create things once. So say you created a social media pack of images or quotes or swipe files or whatever that is, and people can buy them over and over and over. Then it becomes passive. Or you can do, one-time designs and graphics for people to make money on the side too. And again, one-on-one, non-passive upsells. You can create a ton of passive products that at the end you can sell a one-on-one service of yourself. So like more of a custom session, a custom training, where you put the product out there, you market your passive product, and at the end you link to how to get more of you. You love this product, how to get more of you, you're going to tell them, and you can upgrade. You can always do upsells. So you need to take a good look at what you want in your business. Take a good look at your personality. Start thinking about what you really love to do. Don't limit yourself on, I don't know how to do that. That's too intense. I can't do that right now, because you don't know. It's not that hard to learn how to do anything online. It just takes time and a little bit of commitment and some effort. So, and there's a lot of easy shortcuts that I can teach you and that I'd love to help you with. But don't shortcut yourself just because right now it looks too hard. Everything is doable. Just decide what you want it to consist of the most. And what is, like, obviously if you're a mega introvert, super shy, super quiet, and you're nervous about doing one-on-one, then I don't know if you would want to have your main income be a one-on-one coach for people to get on the phone and get on, Skype and do all your work from there. You would want to, this is where the beauty of creating passive income product streams comes in for those kinds of people. So again, think about what truly matches your personality before you go gung-ho, and make sure it feels good to you. And then you're going to be totally excited to learn and get started and do some stuff and get some money rolling in the door, because all these things really just start trickling in the money, and you're just like, wow, all of a sudden yes, we do. You do still get paper checks from places, which I just got. It's kind of funny. And other places you'll have PayPal money coming in and all this other things that can start to either become your full-time income, part-time income, or maybe even supplement your job that you have now. Maybe you love your job and you just want extra money. Or maybe you want to completely replace it and work from home. So anything is possible. Anything you dream or desire, you can do. So do not limit yourself, okay? Awesome. Okay, so once you've decided what your business model is going to look like, then we need to get clear on your messaging before you can create. Because you can't just dive in and start creating a million different products all spread all over, because you're not going to be clear. Nobody's going to know what your specialty is and what you do. You just provide a million different things, and you're just looking like you throw spaghetti at the wall and you're hoping to see which one sticks. So you really want to focus on figuring out in the beginning what your niche market's going to be. And I know that this seems a little bit like, hey, what are we getting at here? I thought we're going to talk about creative income streams and creating our first product. But this is key. This is critical. If you don't know what results and stuff you're going to give people and what problems you're going to solve for people, there is no point of just creating all this just stuff going out there all over the place and hoping somebody buys something random, because that is just probably really slim chances. So this is kind of your key, because if you can do this great in the beginning and correctly in the beginning and really be clear and concise on what you're going to sell, what you're going to deliver for people. Sorry, not what you're going to sell. We're going to decide on that after. But what results you're going to deliver to people and what problems you're going to solve for people. What will be your major and main focus and niche area and niche, whatever it is for you. What will that be? Because then you can be known for her. Oh, I know that person. They always talk about this. They always talk about that. You know, you become known for that thing, your one thing that you're mostly about. And you can have more than one thing, but by starting with being known for one thing, when you branch out and start doing things off of that they all come back to that main focus. It just makes your content and marketing so much more easier and clear, because all of your topics and things you're going to be doing are simple, because you're always going to come back to that main thing. You're just basically learning to talk about the same thing over and over and over in a million different ways. So that way your marketing can become really easy. So by getting clear on your messaging, now you're going to really be able to draw in people who want what you have to offer early and make way more money faster. So don't we want that? Totally. Okay. So once you determine your main focus and your main problem that you solve and plan out your entire business model, then you can create a suite of potential products around your message and your niche. And at the end of this, if you're still having trouble getting clear on your messaging, I'm going to be offering you guys a really cool opportunity to work together to solve this right away. So, and plan out your creative income streams from this, because this is key. If you can't get and determine what you're going to be doing with your messaging and your niche before you begin, it's just going to be a lot of time wasted. And trust me, I've been there and done that. I've been just like, whoa, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then when I realized that the key to all of this was knowing what I'm going to be about, what areas of focus I'm going to do, and making sure that I'm passionate about those, so I stay excited about them and I'm always interested in learning about it, then I'm totally staying in my proper flow. I'm staying in my niche and I'm talking to people that go, oh, I know her. She always talks about passive income and multi-passions and messaging and getting clear on your niche and creating income streams. And so then you become known for that same thing. So it's really key. And again, I'm going to be offering you guys something really cool at the end. So if you're struggling with this, don't stress over it yet, okay? But if you can narrow this down of what you're going to do and you're super passionate about now, and your main area of focus, and not be spread thin all over the place and delving into a million different niches right away, you're going to be 10 steps ahead. Awesome. Okay. So in order to do that, you need to think of what problems do people have that you are amazing at solving. So how can you match your passions to the problems people have and that they need solved? These are the questions that you can ask yourself about when you sit there. And it'll be handy to get a pen and paper out and really ask yourself these questions and dig really deep and answer them, because these are going to be, when you're marketing, you need to know what problem you solve. You have to know it. And you need to be passionate about providing this. And it doesn't mean you have to be overly in love with it, but you have to have the knowledge and the skills on this area so that you become the expert in that area, right? So how can you match your passions to the problems people have that they need solved? What are you passionate about providing? What kinds of solutions will people actually pay for that are a breeze for you? And everybody has their own unique specialty and things that come easy to them. So really think about what comes easy to you and ask other people for help if you need it, because sometimes it's just right under our chin, but we really need somebody else to tell us what we're amazing at sometimes because we can't see it, but others can see it really clearly, but we have such a hard time seeing it ourselves. So narrow down your focus and create a clear and concise marketing message of what you do and what you will be known for. And again, if you need help with that, you can always email me and message me on Facebook, or stay tuned for near the end of this. Okay, so what skills and knowledge do you have that you can utilize if you're stuck? So if you're having a hard time figuring all this stuff out, then sometimes what I do is I get, so I have an ongoing one. I have an ongoing journal that I call this my fresh look life resume. And every time I learn something new, take a new course, get certified in something, I write it down and I start creating a really awesome list of skills, abilities, training, certificates, knowledge, courses, just different things that I've learned online, offline, in school, out of school, in person, anywhere, tickets that you have, anything that knowledge that you could put on a resume. Because when you can sit here and look at the stuff and see the skills and knowledge that you have, it can really help you come up with what you're amazing at. So I've put together this really cool little life resume brainstorm sample ideas because, and this is totally random. There are thousands and thousands of different things that I just did whatever popped into my head, okay? So your resume, life resume, could consist of any of these things. You could have amazing skills and knowledge in any of these things, and you just want to write it down if you're having trouble figuring out what you want to do, like if you're totally starting from scratch. So you may be amazing at Photoshop. You may be like the ultimate person with training in marketing and branding, logo design, web design, illustrations. Maybe you've had an Etsy shop and you're just like, you've done amazing at Etsy, and you don't even realize that that's something you could teach people, how to sell tons of stuff on Etsy and what the key secrets are to getting your listings shown and having people find you, or whatever that is. Maybe you're amazing at content creation and blogging, and you know how to monetize things. Maybe you're an editing or proofreader, and you want to start something that where people can, a lot of coaches and consultants are creating newsletters and web design, or sorry, not web design, but web content that you could be proofreading and editing for them. And you could be there, you could have a lot of business that way. Maybe you're amazing at SEO. Maybe you're a master at Evernote or Trello. Maybe you've previously done event coordination and you could put that together into some course or training. And I'm just adding on to these because that's just what comes to my mind. There's so many things that you can convert these awesome skills into. And like I said, this is a drop in the bucket of what you may have on your resume, or just like ideas for you. So maybe you're amazing at copyright, sales. Maybe you have diplomas in certain things. Maybe you have certificates and tickets, trainings, you're good at admin and payroll and taxes and bookkeeping. Maybe you've done tutoring in different academics. Maybe you have seminar experience and speaking experience where you can stand up no problem in front of people. Like all of this stuff can convert into different passive income streams. So don't be hesitant to put the stuff in your list. Maybe you're awesome at HR, customer service, hiring, training, firing. You've done all that kind of stuff. Maybe you're bilingual. Maybe you've received awards in the past. You have diplomas. You provide therapeutic services. You're a trainer of any kind. Maybe you're super creative and you have a ton of different skills. And this one's hard because if you're here, you probably already are creative because it caught your attention, the topic. And a lot of us are super creative and we don't see our skills as anything as valuable, just that we're creative people. And so I used my creative skills in 4 different businesses, 2 that were incorporated, and figured out a way to turn that business into something fun and use my creativity, because if I didn't, I would be totally bored and it would just be a corporation of employees doing their job. But when you're creative, you have to like be able to inject that into everything you do, or you just we tend to get like bored really quick, and we know we're not utilizing our gifts, and so there's something always missing, right? So when you see creative skills, don't say, oh, whatever, that's not valuable. Yes, I can paint. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I can do that. Just really break it down and see what you can get out of there, of everything that you're creative at. And you might have to, again, ask for people to help you, that know you and love you, because they see all that stuff right away and can like spew it off, all the amazing things you're good at, when we can't see it for ourselves. So tech skills, business skills, life skills, financial, animal training. I mean, the list goes on and on. Just write it down, give yourself a really awesome brainstorm list. And again, this is for people who are very new to want to get online, want to start creating different income streams, and really are struggling to figure out what they're good at. And you know what? It's not just that, because there's people that have been online for years that really feel that their business sucks. They don't like it. They don't want to go sit at their computer. They dread the thought of, yet it was so exciting in the beginning, and they dread the thought of sitting down because you just want to bang your head off the computer because you feel like you're going the wrong way. You're in the wrong direction. You're not creating a business model that suits you. And so take this time to really figure out what does suit you and change it, because there's no time like the present. You have to love it. You have to love it, or you're not going to come sit down at your computer and continue on every day. You're self-directed. When you're self-directed, it's like taking a course in school that you have no teacher for, and you're just doing an online course. So you have to actually be motivated to do it on your own. So, all right. So now we've talked about creating a clear message that showcases your niche, passions, and problems that you solve. So you're going to come up with this little spiel. Some people call it a marketing message. Some people call it what you're going to talk about, your quick little pitch that you're going to tell people of what you do, not pitching a product, but just pitching yourself, talking about who you are, what you do. Kind of basically, if you think that if you were in a networking meeting and you were standing up introducing yourself, what are you going to say? You have 1 minute to tell everybody about what you do in a clear, concise manner. That is what you need to know. So they can say right there, ooh, I need her. Ooh, I need that guy's help. He is totally what I'm looking for. Or she totally, that's a problem I've been having for a long time and I had no idea. This is exciting. So that is the kind of message that's going to showcase your niche and your passions and the problem you solve. All right, so now that you've created that, you now know who you are, who you're serving, the problems they have, and that will be what you're going to base all your future content and products around this issue. So now it's really easy to create content because everything is going to stem out of that key concept of who you're talking to, what you're going to create, and then you can create a suite of products and create multiple income streams that all go. Now I'm not going to tell you that you can't go create things all off topic that are all different, because people do that and some people are successful. But to start, if you choose one area to start to base all your products and your content around, then get really good at that and then start spreading out, because now you've learned the key tools and techniques to create this stuff. You can go start a new niche and already have it going. Because it just, if you pick somewhere to start right away, it's a lot easier. Are you ready to get creating? So now we're going to brainstorm Some favorite passive income product ideas. So what I'd like you to do now, if you've got your pen and paper, is to create a product idea list for your niche. So now we're going to think about designing a list of potential product ideas within your niche and your message. And I'm encouraging you to start small, start somewhere, but just start. If you are lacking on ideas, stay tuned because we're going to have some awesome ideas going on. And that is like something that is my thing. I'm like the idea person. So I would love to be able to help you with that. So we will be definitely brainstorming together. Now, start with a PDF download or workbook focused around your main message to use as an opt-in to collect email addresses for future promotion of products. Now, that's just one way to use a PDF download or workbook, but the reason we want to start thinking about an idea list and pick something from that idea and start with a PDF download or workbook is because it's quick, it's simple. I'm going to teach you how to make that with free tools. Everything that I'm going to show you is free. Every single thing that I'm going to teach you how to do using online free tools, because I think when you're getting started or you're feeling overwhelmed, the last thing you need to do is to start purchasing a whole pile of software and different programs that you don't know how to use that now you need to get trained on and take courses to use that. And it's just another backpedal, another step backwards to actually completing something. So this is a really fun way to do stuff, is by getting a PDF download or making a workbook. And there are so many uses for this. You can sell it as a one-off product. You can use it as the opt-in to collect email addresses. So you can say, you can promote your ebook or workbook or PDF download of whatever that's going to be. And you can say, grab your free checklist or grab your free workbook now to learn my hottest, yoga techniques, or to get the key web link to my secret page of videos, or whatever that is. You can create that, and we're going to work on that today. And you can collect email addresses that you can use in the future to sell your other products to, because if they're already interested in this, they're most likely already going to be interested in what your other things you have to offer. Because remember, we're sticking to one niche. So the people that we're attracting to download these items and purchase these items are already looking for this stuff. They already want that. That excites them, that interests them. And so we're going to keep talking about it in a multiple, in different ways, just different ways. Okay, so now let's really get into my idea incubator list. So 45 types of digital ideas you can create. Are you ready? I've kind of went nuts on this, and I've got so many things that I can't wait to share with you, because the ideas are endless. So really, there's got to be something in this list, or that you can come up with, that you can create to create money. So let's start. I've got teaching workbooks, manuals. And this could be, okay, when I talk about manuals, if your niche is, I had a lady that I met at a networking event one time, and she created safety manuals for all sorts of different, this is big, this went huge, she is making a lot of money. This was really big, and she created safety manuals for different companies. So say the firefighting industry, she'd create manuals for she would go and talk to individual businesses and create this manual. So let's say the firefighter manual. And then what she would do when that manual was done, and these are big things, these aren't manuals wouldn't be your first passive income product by any means. This would be later, but this is an idea. She would create that once, and then what she would go do is she would talk to every fireplace in the whole province or state, and she would resell that manual, and she would just customize it to the new company. that was the exact same. And she would go around and she would do this too she had a couple of people creating these manuals. So you'd have to actually get into what their own policies are and different things like that. But there's so much potential for making PDF items, and all the stuff that you make, remember, for companies can be printed and bound. And so don't limit yourself to just thinking that people aren't going to just keep downloading all this stuff so they have a big pile of crap on their desktop that they never open, because all this stuff could potentially be printed or made into a print book. Okay, so just keep your mind open to the possibilities because it's huge. Trainings and ebooks, fill in the blank workbooks. So fill in the blank workbooks would be more like you are probing them with ideas and questions, and you're getting them to fill in the part that, like a self-study journey or whatever that could be. Now we've got recipe collection, social media image packages. These digital things are ones where you've used images that have no copyright and that you're reselling maybe with quotes, or making your own custom photography stock photos, and it's a one-time download, instant money. Lists, templates, printable art. Printable art is stuff that they're going to print out good quality. They want to frame it and put it on their wall. It could be word art that you create in a program that you're good at. It could be paintings that are copies of like an original, things like that, things you can print. You can create stickers and planner pages. Children's homeschool lessons and teachings, that's huge. If you've ever went on Pinterest and you've looked up homeschool lessons, wow, there's huge opportunity in that market, I think, because it's just overflowing with things that create school lessons and teachings. And you say, hey, Ange, but you know, all that stuff on there is free. Yes, it is. But if you click on it, every link takes you to download my free school lesson planner, or download my paid children's science lesson pages. And it just goes on and on. There's so much things that if people like what you're doing and they like your quality and they like the way that you word things, they're going to want more from you. So it's just you're individual, you're unique, and so everything you do will be unique to you as long as you keep it original and you're not copying other people's things. Definitely that's not acceptable. So printable posters, practice sheets for things such as handwriting and lettering. And again, this is why it's so key that you have skills and ability and knowledge in these things, because then they will be original to you and you can just come up with all this stuff because it's in you. Activity books, coloring books, commercial safety manuals. Oh, there's what I was talking about. Informational booklets. This is really cool because you can be selling these to different places. If you're really informed with specific stuff, you can create little booklets on, I have seen these really cool booklets that people purchase at towns that tell you 50 different local hiking areas. If you're really key on or doing some sort of sport or activity or hobby, and you want to create an informational booklet that is printable, places will buy that in your local community that can sell them at the travel stands and different things like that. There's just, it's really endless. It's pretty awesome. Printable flashcards, comprehension learning books, how-to books, do's and don'ts guides. Lots of people like a quick free download or a quick, 99-cent guide on do's and don'ts of stuff. It might not be a big money maker, but everything when you're compiling all these income streams together can really add up. Menu planning, cleaning schedules. I've seen people selling organizational home cleaning binders that they print out and put in their own binder, punch holes in it, and selling this for $39.99. And I mean, add that up when you get 50 to 100 sales off of your blog in a month. I mean, it's pretty incredible. So it's all going to be how you execute your quality, your look, your design, and it doesn't take much with the program that I'm going to show you. Identification guides. checklists, worksheets, printable trackers, printable journal prompts, printable assessments and quizzes with outcomes. That's a little bit harder, but it can totally be done. People will pay to take a detailed assessment. There's something online called the Fascination Report, and it tells all about you. It's really cool. And it's basically an assessment of everything you're awesome at, and it takes you through a whole bunch of questions. And I think I did it, and I think I paid $45 for the results. It was pretty awesome. And that was like about maybe 2 years ago. But I mean, I paid for it. So people are willing to pay for things that are going to help them progress and make their businesses better and their life better. Learning packs, mini books, things to do and not do within your niche, pre-made notepads, downloadable mock-up collections, budgeting guides, fill-in printables. Again, you could have a totally awesome budgeting workbook where they could, you could print that as a print book, where it's like a copy that you could take with you everywhere, where you could track your expenses, or you could have like a ebook about getting started and then upsell them with the print book, which is going to be like the compendium. Like it could go on and on. Organizing printables, health guides, detoxes, printable craft or hobby patterns. That one's huge. Craft and hobby patterns that you make once and sell over and over again are pretty hot, if that's an industry that you're in. Printable monthly calendar collections, an adventures or travel journal, how to care for blank guides, creating a branding style guide questionnaire with results or ideas. Again, it's kind of like a self-assessment, but more custom and personal. Seasonal idea booklets and collections, motivational quote cards, goal planners, spending logs or other topic logs, printable kits for binders, coloring pages. And then I've got some bonus ideas because I kept coming up with more after I created the slide. And I thought of scripts and swipe files, of course, because so many people, if you're amazing at doing stuff and somebody is not, and they're looking for, oh, I wish they just had a script that I could like fill in the blank and use for myself and customize for whatever that is they're creating, maybe a webinar, maybe just a speech, anything. There's so many ideas out there. It's just endless. It actually blows my mind, and I think of new things every day, but I'm only me, and I wish there was more hours in a day, because the things that I think about and come up with the ideas, I would never have the time to execute all of them. So I have to just keep going. So if you're like me, I'm super multi-passionate. These are just ideas to get your brain going and your juices flowing and everything all excited, and just let your mind go and use that. Put in your journal all of these different things that are tweaking your, like making you excited and motivating you to, oh, I never thought of that. Like just write these things all down. Remember, we are creating a list of different ideas and different products that we could create within our niche. So write down anything that really excites you. All right. Okay, the ideas and possibilities are endless. Like, obviously, that it is so endless. Now, you can use this freebie opt-in. Should be a juicy taste of what your bigger paid offers and products will look like. So I'm just saying that you may want to use this as an opt-in, because this is about creating your first paid passive income product and making money. But when you think about that the ideas are endless, you can also start by creating a free product that could be used for people to put their email address in and get as a download. And then you'll be able to offer things like I talked about earlier, bigger offers and juicier stuff at the end that they may want to sign up for. Because remember, we're talking to one market, one niche, we're marketing. Our message is all about our one thing that we're talking about right now. So that already interests these people. And if they're downloading what you have to offer, they're already into that. And so you can upsell or downsell off of your different products at all times, as long as it goes with what you're talking about. You would never have yoga, download my free 5 yoga videos to get started and then sell them or offer them a product on the end about some sort of digital marketing program. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Everything has to make sense. So you can build off of your freebie, and from there you can spread your wings into courses, classes, programs, academies, membership sites, books, and tons of more things that we talked about that all reflect your message and niche clearly. And again, don't forget, everything you create needs to solve a problem or a struggle. So for example, even if it's coloring pages to relax for stressed out stay-at-home moms, or those printable manuals that I was talking about earlier, they're a little bit more, way more intense actually, but using it as an example, if those places and businesses are chaotic and they wish that they could streamline their policies so that everybody was behaving properly and following the rules, and you came along with this policy and safety manual that everyone had to follow, or they would be, you know, they would have a clear outline of what they had to do and what their job description was in writing, the place might be all over that, because it's just, you're solving a problem. They're having a problem. People are behaving chaotically, not following the rules. And maybe it's because you have nothing in place that tells them what they have to do. Maybe there's nothing in place that when they signed up and were employed, that they didn't sign anything and understand all the different regulations and policy and safety things. And so the place of business has become chaotic. And that can become any little place of business or big place of business that gets out of hand. But that's just an example. All right, so create your first product free or paid. So we just talked about the uses. You can use this as an opt-in for your mailing list. You could use it as a bonus to other programs, or you could use it as an upsell to other products. And of course, it can be a standalone product. Now, okay, so we've talked about all of these ideas and interesting ways of coming up with things to create a suite of products around our focus, our passion, our niche, etc. So now we're going to create the program, and then how are they going to get it? So, okay, that's all great, Ange. So, but like, how do I give this to the person? Okay, so my favorite thing to use for automation is MailChimp. And there's a million other different things. There's Aweber, there's just a ton of different ways that you can create sign-up forms, but this is my preference. And if you need some MailChimp training, I have free courses, some free courses and paid courses of MailChimp. But if you are a member of Skillshare, you can go on to there and look up Angela Neufeld and access my MailChimp courses for free. And there's regular and advanced. So if you need help with that, but this is, getting back to this is how I create sign-up forms and automation. It's free. You can have, they just changed everything. I have had the paid version for a long time because I wanted automation, but they've just made automation free. I'm not 100% on all the details of their program, but right now it's saying when I log in that automation is now free for everyone. So this is amazing. This is really amazing. So you're going to be able to do so much more stuff for free. And basically that's going to send them to a thank you page where they confirm their email address, and then the product downloads into their inbox. And you can use other systems such as PayHip, Sells, Payza, or Gumroad to accept payment and sent items. So you will need to set up a PayPal account, or mostly it's PayPal. Sometimes you can use Stripe, but PayPal is usually key for some of these different things. And then they will be able to get it paid directly into your bank account. And if you're using Amazon and CreateSpace, I believe it's direct deposit, Amazon Kindle and all those different things, and then, or a paper check, if you can believe it. They actually still send out paper checks. So it's pretty interesting. All right, so are you guys totally ready to get creating? I am. I'm super pumped. So what I want you to do is you can watch these slides later, And you can go through them and get all the ideas or whatever you want to do and come back. But let's follow me over to canva.com, which is totally free, like I said, and let's start creating our first PDF. And then you're going to be able to start today to create your first downloadable product. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to get it actually out there and marketed. So I may not finish the whole PDF, but we're going to show you the basics of how to create something really cool and where to sell it, how to sell it, and what we're going to do with it from there to start creating an income stream. Awesome. Okay. See you there. Okay, so here I am in Canva. Now this is me. Okay, so I am going to, this is how it's going to look once you create an account and you sign up and you get into the dashboard. Awesome, are you with me? All right, so this is how it's gonna look. This is the free version. There's a paid version for this too, but I've never felt the need to upgrade because I don't have a team of people doing designing. I just do all my own stuff. So yeah, basically what's going on down here is a whole whack of things that I have already created, and that's going to keep, it's like a library of stuff. And so you can always come back and edit things that you've created. It's pretty awesome. Now you're going to see this thing called Create a Design. There's going to be a few templates, but when you click on more, all sorts of different things are going to come up. Social media, pre-made post sizes, document sizes, blogging and ebook covers and albums, infographic, pre-made custom dimension sizes, marketing materials, social media and email headers, where you can create Facebook covers, YouTube, channel art, Twitter, although different graphics and events. Okay, and there's tons more. But what we're going to do is we're going to come up to documents and we're going to hit US letter, which is 8.5 inches by 11. That's a typical piece of paper. And we're going to start our design. All right, so this is from scratch, guys. Like, this is how you're going to create your first paid product or free product that can bring you in leads and create your first income stream for you with your upsell or downsell. So this is the first page here. This shows 29%. So I'm going to blow that up right there. That's how you're going to change the size. So it's a little bit more nice to see. I'm going to call this, and let's keep within our messaging and our niche and call this Creative Income Stream Idea. Why did it do that? Oops. I'll back up. Idea list. Creative income stream idea list. Passive and non. Okay, so that's what I'm going to title my PDF. Now this is just for my own use, so that when I save that to my desktop, I can find it again. But it may show up if people download that. So make sure that this says, this rename your design, what it is, so you can find it again, okay? Because that's really important. You make something really awesome, you want to be able to, it doesn't show up copy of some weird random list of numbers. Okay, so now there is a section over here called uploads. Now, when I hit uploads, it's going to bring in all sorts of different stuff that I've uploaded over the last while. And these are just different things, pictures that I've personally taken of pictures of my print books and different things that you may want to use in your PDF download. So first of all, I want to show you an example of a cover, okay? So I'm going to get out of here by clicking Canva. Don't worry, it's going to save that. See, it's right here. I'm just going to take you and show you this little booklet that I made that's going to be an accompaniment to one of my paid things that I send people, this booklet that I send people to clients and customers to fill out before I talk to them on the phone so that we can make the most of our sessions. And so I just want to show you how I made what I did, what the cover looks like. So for an example, what we're going to do is we're going to create, so this is the cover. I've got the title, a picture, this could be anything. And I'm no graphic guru, so you don't have to be, it doesn't have to be ultimately perfect and amazing, but it does need a few things on it that are important, like your name, your website, your copyright, so somebody can't just grab your thing and put their picture on it and resell it or redistribute it without telling you. Okay, and then this one here has 15 pages. So it's a little planner book. Now this is what, when I was saying creating a workbook, this is an example of a workbook where I have questions. I have spots where you can fill in the blanks and get information, like create information for yourself. So this is just some, I just wanted to show you this so you could see that there's a cover, there's the inner material, and then there's the final last page that talks about where they can find you. You can put in right here. What do you need to succeed? Here's some resources to help you. So if you're making a workbook, for example, you are going to want to make sure you've got live links in here that they can click on, or you can also copy and paste this into your browser, and then they can, with different links on where to find you. And so you don't end your workbook with just like, here's the book, blah. And then they wonder, who was this person? There's no website on it. There's no links to how I can learn more or how I can buy more, or I just love this person, I want to work with them one-on-one, and they have no way to find you and they can't find you again. So you want to make sure that you include that on your last page. So that's just an example. So let's go back, and you just hit Canva again, take me to my designs, and right back to my first page that we haven't started yet. Okay, so now that you've seen the example of the workbook, I'm just going to call this, or make the cover page for this. So I want you to find some royalty-free images. You could try Pixabay. Those are all free. And okay, so this is the one I was previously used for my background. So I'm just going to keep it looking the same. And so what I've done is I've dragged that. You're going to take your Pixabay things. You're going to go into uploads. You're going to go to this green thing where it says upload your own images. And then you're going to, and I'll just make this smaller so I can show you. It's just hard for me to see even with my glasses. Okay, so there we go. Now I just did something. I turned this. There's this little guy where you can turn your image whichever way you want, okay? So now I've got my background and I'm trying to make it similar to the other one that I already showed you. So how I did that one was I hit elements. I went into shapes. I clicked this black box. And again, I need to make that a bit smaller so I can see, but then I have to blow it up a little bit. And you're using free stuff here with Canva. So when, of course, you get the paid version, everything's easier. But if you can master a few little things with this, you won't need it. You won't need it. It'll make your life easier if you're whipping these products out like nonstop, but if you're not, you're just making things here and there, like it's good enough. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that I click this black box because I want to change the color of that. I definitely don't want black. So when it's highlighted like this, you're able to go over to this little color box and you can change the color. So I'm going to go to, I think I'm just going to go to that gray. And then I've got a little color code that I always like to use for certain things. So I'm going to put that in, but you can use whatever you, just click on this, go to the box, go to the plus sign if you don't like what that comes in the defaults, and scroll this little guy around, and boom, you've got any color you want, you can use. And if you already know the code to your color, you can go ahead and do that. Now, to find the code for your color, I should show you that. So say this is your key color in your business branding that you want to use. See, this comes up with this color code, write that down. And then every time you need to come in here, you can just type that code in. Mine is the one I want for the background color is this gray. And so I know the number. But then when you come up to here again, it has saved this gray for me up here, so I can just click it again. I don't need to keep writing in that number all the time. It's great. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to make this a little bit opaque, which means I want to see the leaves a little. So there's this little diagonal transparency box up here. And if you click on this, you can see, I don't want it too bright because it'll be a little bit mucked up and confusing, but I want it a little bit like that. Awesome. Now I'm going to add a picture, and I want to crop this picture. So I'm going to hit crop, and remember it's already highlighted. That's when you would hit crop, and you can drag. Oh, no, what I was wanting to do is cut that down a little bit. Drag that like that, and then hit the check mark. It'll crop out everything there for you. And then of course I don't want my face that big on here. I just want it like about that size. Now, whatever is aesthetically pleasing to you, you can do. You can have stuff in the middle, off to the side, whatever, but it gives you this cute, cool little line to go by, so you can just drop and drag your images wherever you want and know that they are centered. So that is pretty cool. Okay, so here's another technique. If I want to add a border behind a darker gray, okay, I'm going to change that color and I want to drop it behind this. I'm going to click on, oops, I'm going to drop that wherever, and I'm going to arrange, and I'm going to go back until my white box pops up, and then I'm going to pull it to this just over underneath of that thing to make more like a nice little box. And boom, I've got a little outline there now. So that's kind of cool. And I can also do that by grabbing a shape and going arrange back behind my picture. You don't have to do any of this. It totally just showing you different ways of doing different design techniques that you can use to just enhance your, so you have to click that box to get those circles to come up so that you can maneuver things. And then once you do that, it's easy. So now I don't want that black either. I want that same gray. So I'm going to come back here and pick that. And then I don't like how thick it is. So I'm going to bring that way in. And then you can just grab on each side. There. So there, it's a little more crisp that way. Okay, so now we are ready to put some text in here. So you're going to hit T for text and add a heading. Like, how easy is this? And then you're going to just type in it, creative income stream idea list. And then I want to click in here and hit enter to bring that down. Now I don't like that font. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to take a look. Yeah, I like that one, but I need to be, no, I don't like it bold. I'm just going to leave it like that. And I think I'm going to call it Creative Income Stream List. I think I'm going to call it, no, I'm going to call it 50 Creative Income Stream Ideas. And again, that's just too much. So hit enter. Now I can, by moving these things here, I can make that go down or whatever I want. So those, you can move your text around very easily that way. And again, using that blue line, I'm going to line it right up wherever I want it. Now it'd be kind of cool to hit line. So you just write line in your box and it's going to come up with all sorts of awesome different choices of little lines and arrows and things like that. So I just hit this dots, and of course orange, like no thanks, that doesn't go with anything I do, but I'm gonna find something really cool. I like that blue because most of my stuff is blue and green and gray because that is just part of my color thing. And this is pretty, you know what? I just realized when I went back and put that dark thing in there, I didn't make this transparent. So this gray, I'm gonna click off here. I'm gonna click on around that. Nope, that's the white. That's the gray, I think. And I'm gonna go back and make it transparent because it's not showing my little leaves through. There we go. So you have to go back and play with that a little bit. And as you can see, that blue, that's not that bright. There, that's cool. Okay, green looks a little bit better. So I just did that to break it up a little bit. Again, too much dark stuff on your thing, and it's not print friendly anymore. So I'm just going to lighten this all up a little bit because I don't want anyone like using half an ink cartridge trying to print my PDF. So there, that's a bit better. There's no way I can get around that border, I don't think, without being able to see it, but that's pretty cool. Okay, so now I'm going to put my name on here. So I'm going to go back to text, add subheading, and I want to move that. It's stuck in the other letters. So I'm going to click off, come back, drag it down here, and I'm going to put Angela Lee. And while it's highlighted, I'm going to come up here and change the font. So you need a copyright. Now this isn't glamorized. This is just a simple, I'm trying to show you some basics so you can get your PDF on rolling and get some money in the door and being able to sell and market this thing. So there's some more things that you need to think about. But to start, this is all you need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write Angela Neufeld, www.angelaneufeld.com. That's my website. And then I want to put copyright 2017. Now, you know the cool little copyright symbol that people use, and you're like, how do they do that? All you do is on your computer, you hit Alt 0169, and boom, the thing just popped up. Now you can't hit 0169 on the top thing on your keyboard. You have to use the side keypad for some reason, but anyway, pretty cool. So I'm going to make that a little bit bigger, and I'm going to change the smaller down, change the size, which is just right over here. Sorry, sometimes I go too fast because I am so used to this program. And you drag that wherever you want. You'd have it small. You don't want that huge in someone's face, so make sure it's small enough that's in the corner, but it's obvious. Okay, so now we're almost done our cover, but what I want to do is I want to move my name down because I want to add another heading under here. Center that, and I want to write tons of potential ideas for you to start creating multiple income streams. And then I'm going to take that exclamation mark out because I'm using it here. So now I'm going to make that a little, actually I'm going to change the font first. I like this Allura, and it has to be on bold when I use it because it's really thin, but I'm going to try that and then move that down a bit. There. Tons of potential ideas for you to start creating multiple income streams. Cool. So now I'm doing mine for you guys as a list. Now you can use this, like get creative and like think about all the amazing ways that you could use this thing. Okay, so I'm doing a list, and so that's my cover, and I do not want the cover to be the same as the thing because it's too dark. I want it to be lighter. So now see this little box? If I wanted to make 2 covers and use my backdrop and just change out the font, I would hit that button and it just duplicated that to page 2, but I don't want that. So I'm going to hit the garbage can. Oh, and I'm going to hit add new page. I believe it's 30 pages you can go long in this. And there is a way that I can show you how to, if you have more than 30 pages, you can keep making 30-page PDFs and join them all together. Very, very, very simple with a program that's free too. And if you need more help with that, you can always email me or message me on Facebook, but I'm not going to get into that today. But you have 30 pages right now, at least, to start coming up with a really awesome thing or whatever you're going to do. So I'm going to go back. So I'm going to make this, I want this kind of cohesive. I don't want this looking all crazy. So I'm going to do the same background and I'm going to turn that. And then I'm going to put a whole bunch of white space over top of this so I can start creating my checklist. There. So that's my page 2. Now again, if you go to elements, you can grab a element box and I can start. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller just for ease of showing you guys. I'm going to stretch that over to again make a smaller box, and this time I want to have it white. And actually this time I'm going to make that gray. And I'm going to blow it up to see if my borders are even. It's a little bit lower. Okay, that's good enough for right this second. Now this one, I'm going to change this to white. And I'm just, that way I just have a little bit of a tiny little bit of an outline because I'm making a checklist. Remember, I'm making 50, what did I say? 50 creative income stream. Now I'm making something for you guys live that I'm going to actually promote. Like I'm going to give this away. I'm going to maybe have it like a $1.99 download, whatever I want to do. Maybe it'll be a $10 download. I don't know. It depends how good it's going to get. So it depends how long it's going to be too. So there's my little, I'm just going to make this more lighter or darker. Too much leaves. Sorry, I'm fussy. Sometimes I look at things and I'm like, yeah, no, that can't stay like that. There, a little bit easier to read. Okay, looks good. Now, what you can do is you can take this copyright info, you can hit copy, click off, come back, drag it down here, and there you go. It's at the bottom, or you can put it in the corner, whatever you want to do to your next page. Okay, so now I'm also going to, here's another faster idea. You take that, you hit copy, click off, drag that title down, 50 creative income stream ideas. I might make that a little smaller on this one. And now, so I'm doing a checklist. And the reason I picked a checklist is because I was thinking that if I showed you guys how to do that, you would easily be able to create any sort of workbook or thing like that. So I can now put a bubble of bubbles in here. I can put check boxes. Now in Canva, it's really cool. You can put check boxes. And look, you can, this one's free. That one looks free, although that's kind of not really digging that. This one's cool. That's what we need right there. Circle, little check mark. So this one here we could insert numbers into, or we could have a numbered list. I wonder if what we would find if you put in numbers. Ooh, see, you can do so much stuff. Ooh, let's use these numbers. These are so many that are free. That is really cool. I just had a really cool thought. Now, if I take this number, okay, I'm going to show you something. Come up here, here's my color that I've injected into this, right? I'm going to come up here and I'm going to see, hit the plus, and that just gave me the code for that thing. I'm going to write that down, 99E265. Now, if I really want to get crafty and clever here and make this work, this one here, idea number 1, could shrink that down. I need to blow that up a little bit more so I can see. Idea number 1, and I'm just going to do pages here until I hit 50. Now I don't want it purple because that's just totally not with my thing. So I'm going to come back here and backspace out those numbers, and I'm going to write that code of the green that we just wrote down, E265, and boom, change my number. Oh, that's so cool. So now 2. Now it's going in, if you want it the exact same size as the number above it, you just watch for that line right there. It will tell you that it's in line. And then the other side will tell you that it's in line. And then you're just going to go back and pop in that little number. Now that's kind of a, you can just do numbers. You don't need to get all fancy like this. I'm just trying to show you extra stuff, that ways that you can use Canva to see how you can line those up and make sure that they're the right size. So I'll just do first 3. I'm going to do quite detailed stuff. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of space just to write a lot of information in these. In my 50, I'm going to be pretty detailed and give some really cool ideas that really help people, because I really don't like fluffy stuff. Oh, okay, so here you'll see that I just grabbed that background, and if it's not even, I can just hit undo and it will take me right back to the last, place that I was, and fix that. Just do yourself a favor and don't come over here and accidentally hit that garbage can, because sometimes it brings it back, sometimes it doesn't. It depends how it depends on a bunch of different things of how you were, if it was highlighted and things like that. Okay, so I'm just going to eyeball that a little bit and say it's right about there. So I'm going to start writing some stuff, and I'm going to go through that until I get to the end of this page. Okay, so I'm going to put my text, click off if you're, click in the text box and grab the little bit of body of text, click off, drag that up. You're going to be able to see where the middle is, or wherever you want to start, so you can have everything all lined up. Now, I'm going to put, for that one, I'm going to put, let's say, paperback book publishing. And then I'm going to change the font to what I'm already using, which is that one. So it's all centered. And then I'm going to get into some, click on that and keep going. I'm going to just get into some detail about create your own printed books through blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to align that so it's like that, drag that over here. And again, I'm just going to keep doing that until I get to the second page. Now here's the cool part, okay? So say you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, say 6 things fits on there, and you got to do the next 6 on the next page. So now, because our cover's different, you're going to take that one down and you're going to hit duplicate. And if you look on page, see right here, it says page 2. Down here, it's page 3. And I've got the same thing. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to change these numbers out to, if we went to page or numbers 1 to 6 on the first page, I'm going to do 7, 8, 9 and keep going until I had 50. Now, if you want to do workbooks, and I'm just going to stick this in here and show you guys, if you want to do workbooks and you want to create lines, what you're going to do is you're going to write your, your wording, and you just hit the dash button and you stretch the box wherever you want, and you just keep hitting the dash, and that's how you're going to do lines and filling in the blanks. Now, if your lines are really dashy looking, go through different fonts. Now that one's really dashy looking, and just see what kind of lines you're going to get with the different, using different fonts. So everyone looks different. You just have to play with it and see which ones you like to use. So that one looks great. REL, I would suggest that's a great one. And so there you go. I've showed you how to do numbers and lines. Now I want to show you how to do, so I've showed you how to do pre-made checkboxes, but what about just normal checkboxes? So this one's cool. You could drag that box over there, shrink it up, and do that down the side. I'm going to delete that though. And you could also do just colored boxes without numbers in them. So if your background of your page is like blue, these could just be white. And these check boxes, you just go over here and hit copy. Oh, I totally grabbed that funny. But these would all be the exact same size, and then you just keep lining them up like that and hit copy. And you can make check boxes like that. It's pretty cool. So now I've showed you how to do a cover, the border, check boxes, writing. How about making a bubble around it? So let's make these lines smaller. And I'll go erase that. Now this one here with the rounded edges, if you want to do kind of like a workbook that has like more of like a bubbly design, you can, let's make that really cool pale color. So now you would write your text in here and ask them a question, and then you want to go in here and this, maybe you want to ask them a question above in the white space, and then come in down here and oops, just click out of that to get out of there. And you're going to that awesome, where was that one that worked so good, REL. So that you're just going to use your dash line and put lines in there. So you can have those, or your answer boxes type of thing. All right, so say this page is absolutely beautiful, and we're going to make the same page on the next page with questions, or again, check boxes, or a notebooks, or whatever this is. And we want it exactly the same. Again, you just hit duplicate, and boom, your border, everything's all there. All you're going to do is come in here and, oh, you don't want that anymore. Delete. I don't want this. Delete. It's really, really easy. So this is super awesome. So I'm just going to delete this page because obviously I don't want that. I want this because I'm going to keep going on that. And when I get to number 6 questions, I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to keep going down to the end. And then I'm going to go back to Canva. Oh, sorry, I have to show you something really important. So whenever you're done something, you're going to hit File and Save. Then you're going to come and say it's all done. You're ready to download it to your desktop. You're going to hit PDF Print. Okay, and then you're going to hit Download, and it's going to come up here, and you're going to right-click that and save it to your desktop, or pull it up and hit Save As. Okay, very simple. So this is so exciting. So now I have this thing, and I want to, it's all finished, and I want to sell it. Are you guys ready? Like, we're ready to do this. So remember how we talked about in the slides where I said Gumroad, Sells, PayHip, all those different methods that you can use to sell your stuff, besides just say doing a Facebook post and offering your product in a link through your MailChimp. There's just so many ways. So let's just check out, I want to show you guys Gumroad. Now I've just recently just tried to set up an account here to show you. And I'm going to start actually using this thing because it's so cool. And why not have your stuff spread all over the place where people are looking at different places? So if you go to set up an account, and it's so easy, you just click on sign in through Facebook and it instantly brings up your profile here. Go to dashboard. And now, like I said, there's no followers. Oh, 1 follower. I don't know who that would be. And I just started doing this where you can add your product. So let's just add a product as an example of how to do this. It's pretty cool. So you log in, you create your account on gumroad.com, and then you hit add a product. Now, are you doing a physical product or digital? So right now we're learning how to do a digital product. I'm going to hit product again. Name of product, it's going to be Creative Income Stream. Oh no, I changed that to 50 Creative Income Stream Ideas, and put that as, I'm just going to put this as $1. Oh, I'll put that as $3. What the heck? All this stuff adds up. Okay, because this is going to be smaller than my planning workbooks. So now you're going to choose your files, go to your computer, you're going to grab that file, and then you can customize it. So I'm going to try and do, I'm going to actually try and do this course, Creative Entrepreneur Tech and Goals Bundle Course class of over 15 plus classes. Actually, forget it. Goals Bundle. Go back to that. Okay. Now this is not, this is going to be $49. Okay, so I'm going to go to my computer and I'm going to put in just like, I'm just going to put in an example PDF, but this is not staying like this and going live because I have to actually find my, go on there and find my course. So I'm just uploading the slides that I'm showing you guys today as an example, but this is where you're going to hit whatever's downloaded into that. You're going to go over there and download it, and then customize. So now you're going to add a cover. And I don't know if I have. I do have my million different covers, but let's just say this is it. Because I have made a cover for this. So I'm just going to have it all branded the same way because you're going to be paying attention to the colors and things that you're using, and you're going to want to brand it. And that's okay if you change your mind a million times. I totally have. And you just start, as you evolve and your business evolves, stuff's going to get clearer and better and blah, blah, blah. So I just uploaded the workshop title. Okay, so this is totally not organized, but whatever, it shows you. Now publish, save changes, boom. As soon as you do that, you hook up your PayPal account or your bank account in here, and boom, you've got it online. It is that cool, and it'll be instantly marketed. Now I'm going to go over to PayHip and show you guys. I'm not going to hit publish because this has got so many mismatchy products in here, and I have to get all the correct stuff. But once you do that, it will show up on your dashboard in your products, and you'll be able to add a whole bunch of these. These are all brand new things I'm just threw in there, and I haven't done any marketing yet, but this is really neat. Gumroad is very much like PayHip and sells, and there is over, I think I found 15 different things that are free of ways to sell and deliver your PDF downloads. Now this PayHip and Gumroad take a commission off of your thing. It's like $2 or 10% or 3% or something. They're all different. You have to look into it. And so you just price your thing accordingly. If they're going to take 10% and your thing was $10, then make it 12 or something so that it's eats the cost, whatever you expect. So it doesn't matter. It's pretty cool. And they deliver, they deliver all this stuff. So here again, we're going to upload the product file. And I want to show you the reason this is so cool. Here's the workshop slides. I wonder if I can, I'll just put workshop price. I'll put $7 just for the sake of doing it. And because I really want to show you how cool and easy it is to market with PayHip and Gumroad and all these different products. The other one, I didn't let it go all the way through because to show you how to market it, because it was the wrong images. But this one here is the workshop. So let's just like throw it on here, and I will actually show you what it's going to look like. Cool. So we've uploaded the file. We've got a cover photo. We're going to write up a description of what it's all like. Is it an ebook? Is it audio? Is it video? Is it software? You can put your category as business, cooking, whatever. Let's say ebook. Add product. Now this is so cool. Product added. Show me my product page. Share. Now watch what happens when I hit share. I can spread this thing all over the place on Facebook. I can share it to Twitter. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that right now because it's not all set up. But look how it looks when they get it all done. Workshop, you've got, this will be a beautiful description of your product. They click on this. PayHip and Gumroad do all the work for you. They send them the file. They just put the money straight into your account when somebody clicks on it, and boom. And how you can market this is by tweeting that and getting that on your page. So that is why this is so awesome. So if I share that on Twitter, check out my latest product. I always go back and delete that and go create your first PDF workbook free or whatever, and go click that and hit tweet, and that will instantly send them a link right to there, and people will see that and potentially buy that right away. You can you can run Facebook ads to your products. The possibilities are just completely endless. You can also put a sales page for your product if it's big enough, and things like that. So this can be really cool. So here's where you go back to the dashboard on PayHip. It will say how many people viewed it, how many sales, and it will you can constantly share this and embed it into your website page, onto your blog, anywhere that you want. It's just super awesome. This one's really easy to use. So there is how you go into make your different things, sell it and market it and share it all over the place and start getting money rolling in the door. It is pretty awesome. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to show you how in the slides I told you that I would help you if you were stuck and figure out the next step. So what is the next step? We have went through ideas and brainstorm, and I hope I kept you guys entertained and you learned a little bit of hands-on, because like I said, I hate watching things that are just all about telling you what to do but not actually showing you what to do. It's so frustrating. And so I really want to be someone that shows you what to do, tells you how to do it, and how to actually start making money. But you have to get a little bit creative yourself and know the direction that you're going and be clear with it. And that is where my Design Your Money Making Income Streams 90-minute session comes into play. So before you start just creating a bunch of things that are all haphazard and all over the place, you know, you really want to be clear on what you're doing, your business model, what kind of income streams you're going to run off of your business model, how it's going to look, a clear and concise message. And then you're going to be productive from the start. You're going to be able to make money from the start. So this 90-minute session is what I was telling you about in the beginning of how I can help you get really clear and stop the frustration from being a multi-passionate entrepreneur and spreading yourself so thin. So this is for you if your multi-passions are holding you back from having a clear message and marketing your business. You're tired of flailing and you want to find your thing and choosing somewhere to start attracting clients. Maybe it's hard for you to explain what you do clearly to people when they ask you. Can you stand up in a networking meeting or you tell your family and friends exactly what you do and who you do it for? If not, this is perfect for you. You know you have a lot of knowledge, you're creative, and you have so much to offer things, but you don't know how to put it all together online clearly. You've got that creativity and that skill and that know-how and that drive, but you are so torn between what you want to do. It's just totally confusing you, and so you're doing nothing. And I sat in that for a long time I was so overwhelmed with how many things I wanted to do. I didn't do any of them. And I don't want you to sit there because it's so easy to get confused. Maybe your offers aren't selling and you've already got offers out there, but your message and your model is all muffled up and confused or cloudy, and you have too many ideas that are keeping you stalled out. If any of those sound like you, this is perfect for you. Oop. So what will I get? I'm going to send you pre-homework material to fill out so that you can make the most of your session. We are going to sit together for an hour and a half. That's going to be recorded, either video or a phone, your preference, and kind of also what the environment is at the moment, and your preference. We are going to dig down and figure out where your niche you're going to start, niche down, and get your marketing message clear, get super clarity on it, figure out, design your business model concept, and think of some ideas for you that are totally custom to creating creative income streams from what you love to do. And we're going to create an outline for you of how your business model is going to look, so you know what to do next. And you know exactly where to create your content from and exactly the next steps. And that includes your next action steps to create multiple income streams and start getting clients and customers. So in this workshop, I've taught you, we've brainstormed the ideas. I've taught you how the key is to knowing what you're doing and who you're selling to and the problem that you're solving. Then we talked about what ideas you could do from there and how to actually do them with creating your first passive income product with a list of over, like, what did I have, 47 potential ideas. I just showed you one simple, actually two, how to make a checklist and a workbook, because you can convert those both into that. and actually do them. But if you don't know what your business model is going to look like, or how you want that to be, or what income streams you're going to do, and you're confused with where to get started, and you want to get super clarity over your business model and your messaging and your niche and your concept, then this is perfect thing for you. So if you want to know how to get started with that, this is what I talked about in the beginning. There's going to be a link below this workshop where you can pay and book a time that's convenient to you. I'm going to send you all your homework packet, and then you can send it back to me before our session, because I want lots of time to go over it so I can really make the most of our session together. We're going to hop on a call for 90 minutes and end the misery and confusion. Stop stalling out. When you're creative, it's so easy to get overwhelmed and just not do anything. And there's so much potential online. I don't want that for you. So let's get you clear on what you're doing, where your business is going, and most of all, how you're going to get there with a little action plan, and just get this all streamlined for you. So get clear on your niche market, clear on your message, create and design your freedom money-making business model with multiple income streams. Stop stalling and get started today. So if you'd like to take part in my Design Your Money-Making Income Streams, I've opened some time to book in some 90-minute sessions, and you're going to be able to pay and choose your time slot through my calendar right here with these links, and I will also have them linked below the workshop for in the future if you're looking at this, because these links aren't live here. You'd have to write them down. So it's $197 for an hour and a half of hardcore streamlining and digging into your own custom business and creating a model for you that you're going to love and feel good with. And I really want to help you get there. And it is my passion to help people do this and get clarity over what they're doing and give them creative ideas and get out of that slump and start figuring this out. Because the longer you wait, the longer it takes to make money. The faster you get this clear and figure this out, the sooner you can make money and have all these multiple income streams. I have income streams coming from quite a few different areas. I love to share that with you on our call of how all the income streams I have and what I'm doing right now, and also the things I want to put in place and I'm going to be putting in place and I'm working on right now currently, and that you can do too, that might really be perfect for your business model. So if you're ready to get started today, please let me know right away. You can also email me at angelaneufeld@outlook.com. You can go on my website and email me from there. You can click on a free 30-minute clarity session, a complimentary session to talk to me in person. And you can also get a hold of me on Facebook. Add me as a friend and join Creative Income Streams on Facebook, the group. That would be awesome. And you can find me there and you can message me on how to do this and get in on the 90-minute session. But all you have to do is go to paypal.me/AngelaNeufeld/197 and you can pay there. And then you send me an email and make sure that email that you use to pay is correct so that I can book our time together. Or you can just go to calendly.com. And you need to pay first before you book your slot. But once you've done that, you can go right to calendly.com/AngelaLee and you can click on book your time from there, or email me to book if the time isn't perfect for you on there at angelaneufeld@outlook.com. So I'm so excited that you joined me today. This was really awesome. If you have any questions or anything, I'd love for you to leave me a message or email me or comment below if you're seeing this in a post, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. And I really look forward to working with you and getting you some money-making income streams happening for you. And, you know, it doesn't take long. Sometimes it takes that outer person to really help you look at your business from a different angle and see what the slump is and see why you're stalling out and help you get not so confused and streamline. So, and I'd love to do that for you. That's my passion. I love it. And I just want to thank you again for being here. And I look forward to working with you. It would be an honor to work with you. And so I will see you soon. So go ahead and book your designer money-making income stream session by clicking this link, and then email me and tell me you did that. If I will get the email, but email me anyway if you want to get a rush on your spot, and we will pick that out together. Okay, so thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.